I'm a little nervous, but you guys asked for this, so I hope you're ready. I am going to be sharing with you today my 6 unpopular opinions. If you like controversy, if you like unpopular opinions, if you like luxury roasts, I think that this video might have all of those things. And viewer beware, perhaps some of your favourites, some of your dreams may be attacked by me in this video, and none of it is personal. Please, none of it's personal. These things are more than handbags to us. They're symbols, they are sentimental, they are memories, they are achievements, they're all those things. They're fashion at the end of the day. And I, or nobody else, can take that away from you. So please take this with a grain of salt. This is not a disclaimer. This is just, some context around where I'm coming from. And if you've been here for a little while, you'll know that I have some views about luxury handbags that others don't share. And so I thought I'd put them all into this one video and just hammer them all out. I was thinking about doing a series, and I thought, I think this will make just one really punchy video. So, punchy being the operative word. So here we go. The first unpopular opinion that I have is adding to my Vlogmas video where I mentioned that Chanel classic flaps, Hermes Birkins and Kellys are outdated. And I stand by that. And I was talking to you in the car. Do I have a Chanel classic flap? Yes, I do. Do I have a Kelly or Birkin? No, I don't. Do I see myself having one in the near future? No, I don't. Do I see myself maybe having one in the future? A long way off? Possibly. Here's why I think they're outdated. Number one, the chain length. And I've talked about this before, but the chain length on these bags not being adjustable means that this bag only suits certain heights and body structures if you want to wear it in a multitude of ways. It doesn't have the versatility that a modern bag should have. Number two, this double flap. I know that the Jumbo was released as a single flap and a lot of seasonal bags were released as single flaps, but we're talking about classics here. Classics have double flaps. This adds unnecessary weight. Yes, it was originally part of the design for security, but this is not something that we need anymore, in my opinion. And there are many bags that don't have it, and I don't know too many people who actually close and lock this top flap in place when they use their bag. Number three, this stupid love letter pocket. That's how big it is. That's how big it is. Who uses their love letter pocket, and what do you use it for? Tell me. I want to know. Number four, these slip pockets in here. Now, I love the idea of a lipstick pocket, but who's carrying one lippy around with them these days? We're carrying multiple lippies around. If you're going to have a lipstick pocket, put a few in there. Give us some options. The modern woman does not just carry one colour with her. She's probably got a gloss. She's probably got an exfoliator. She's probably got a couple of colours to choose from, a day to night kind of thing. Give us some options. And the final one, I can't remember what I'm up to. Is it 5? The Mona Lisa pocket. On the Jumbo, it's the only pocket, or the only size where the pocket is half practical. But here's the thing. Most people are too scared to put anything in the pocket in case they stretch it out. So it's a functional pocket that doesn't serve any function. These bags need to be updated. The Birkin, and I can't find this anywhere online, but I believe even Jane Birkin doesn't carry the Birkin anymore because it's too heavy and you can't sling it over your shoulder. And the Kelly is so painful to get in and out of. They're outdated. They need to be updated. Now, even Louis Vuitton's classic Speedy bag from 1930 has been updated for the times. It now has a bandolier strap. a small thing. The Speedy 20s that have come out have actually got the zipper that goes over the ends. Another small thing, but makes a big difference to the functionality of the bag. Why does a bag, and this isn't the original design, but a bag that originated in 1955, if you look at the reissue, you'll see what the original looked like. Why is Chanel so arrogant as to not update that bag for a modern woman? Chanel was, to quote my wonderful friend here on YouTube, Train Girl Meghan, she was at the front of fashion. She was at the front of innovation and women being comfortable and being able to have practical clothing and accessories. I doubt if she was around today that she'd be happy that a bag from 1955 was deemed a classic based on how we live today. My next controversial opinion is that fabric bags should cost the same as a leather bag, sometimes even more. Now, I often get people comment on my videos, or I see them comment on other people's videos and Instagram stories saying, I would never pay that much for a fabric bag. Hello? The leather bags aren't worth it either. Is this coming from a gold-plated beast or something? I think actually the fabric bags have a lot more care and attention put into them than a lot of the leather bags do. Now, I'm going to show you a few examples, and then I'm going to show you a leather bag that I believe it warrants the price point, or somewhat warrants the price point. Okay, so the first example that I have for you is my PM size Alma in the Takashi Murakami collaboration in the multicolour. Now you might say that's not fabric. Well, canvas is fabric. This is coated canvas, right? Look at what it would have taken to line up everything here, to line it all up so that everything mirrored perfectly. Now, to cut this, to make sure that it lines up in the shape of this bag when it's moulded into shape, that is no easy feat. This is not a fabric bag, but this is not a leather bag either. Cane, straw, wicker, very cheap product. To make it into something so useful as this, that takes skill. Here's an uncoated canvas bag in the denim jacquard. Look how tiny this thing is. This is worth more money than a leather option. You have to cut the fabric so that it perfectly lines up on the bag, that each of these logos is not cut off. Yes, there's leather work involved, but you've got to say that fabric bags do hold their own. I was chatting to a friend here on Instagram in the DMs the other day, and we were talking about this bag. Now, this bag I purchased pre-loved, near new condition, for about $5,650. She sent me a listing that this bag is now fetching over $10,000 for a medium 20C denim flap, when denim flaps are in the boutiques today. If that's not saying something, I don't know what is. Then you add tweed to that list. Like, the list goes on. I think fabric bags definitely hold their own. How would you go making this in leather? Like this print, trying to line it all up and get it perfectly fitted. I just, again, another one. Again, coated canvas, not leather. Yes, the inside of the bag has a leather lining, but try and do that, will you? Like, these are worth the money. Now, talking about leather bags that are worth the money, here's the counter argument. The Louis Vuitton Capucines, this bag has got something like 236 pieces to put it together. This is a work of art, absolutely. So I think rather than looking, is it worth it for a fabric bag? Another bag that comes to mind is the Dior, that comes to mind is the Dior book tote. People say, oh, it's a fabric bag. Yeah, it's embroidered. Like, look at the detail on those bags. You're worried about staining? Well, Scotch guard the thing. Be careful with it. It is a luxury handbag. It's not meant to be thrown around. Any of that could happen to a leather bag as well. So, yeah, that's my rant about fabric bags. And I actually hope that I can find some more fabric bags. I love the texture of them. If I buy another Chanel 19, I think it will be fabric. I think it might be tweed. Another Fendi baguette, same thing. My third unpopular opinion, neutrals ain't neutrals. You decide what is neutral for you and your wardrobe. I've tried the beiges and the browns, the blacks and the whites. Look, for me, the bags that I gravitate to all the time, the ones that I would consider neutral in my wardrobe, include things like Louis Vuitton's monogram. Yep, it's brown, but it's got monogram on it. And some of the people who are anti-logo might not like that, but I do. I also gravitate towards pastels as neutral colours. I think they go with everything. So this beautiful powder colour from Valentino, or this gorgeous lilac from Fendi. I think hot pinks can classify as neutrals. I think that denim can classify as a neutral. I think that wicker or natural kind of materials can classify as a neutral. At the end of the day, I think neutrals are whatever neutrals are in your wardrobe. Karen Britchick wrote on her newsletter the other day that Pantone's new colour of the year, I cannot remember what it's called, but something lively, and she picked up her baguette as an example of like a violet colour that has blues and reds, which makes it quite a neutral because it throws reds and blues and therefore brings out and complements a lot of colours in your outfits. So you decide what neutrals are in your wardrobe, and that's that. My fourth unpopular opinion is that I am not a handbag collector, but I am a handbag consumer. Now, this might be dirty words in the luxury community, but hear me out. I will often call my bags a collection of bags because I tried once on my YouTube community channel to kind of come up with a grouping of bags that wasn't collection, but nothing really stuck. So I call it a collection. But what I mean by I'm a consumer is that there is no rhyme or reason as to what bags that I have chosen to include in my collection. They're just things that I like and I buy. I'm not collecting. I'm not trying to fill gaps in my collection by having one of every iconic style from each of the houses, or to have bags that fit certain events and occasions in my wardrobe. That's not me. I'm buying things because I love, I'm using them, I'm getting enjoyment from them, and when I don't enjoy them or they no longer bring me joy, I move them on. I consume them and I move them on. And I think that that kind of has a bad connotation, and it shouldn't. We do the same with clothes. We love them, we use them, we fall out of love with them, we move them on. Same thing. My fifth unpopular opinion is about crafty bags. And if you haven't come across Connor and I in our little collaboration videos, you'll know that the Chanel Pearl Mini is one of those bags that falls into that. So I feel like I need to get some supplies for the next one.
Yeah.
So I've got my trusty glue gun, and I've got my my cream acrylic pearl set, and I'm gonna start making the next roast item. That bloody Chanel Pearl Mini rectangular. I cannot.
We don't like it at all.
Oh my god! Amelia Rose sent me a picture of this bag with a price tag next to it of
£12,500, which is like double in our currency. It's like nearly 24,000 Australian dollars.
And you might say, well, if you don't like crafty bags, Dale, then isn't your Fendi baguette a crafty bag, or isn't your Gucci a crafty bag? I say no. This is made by a craftsman. This is not something that I could imagine a kindergarten class being able to make. It is hand beaded. Look at the detail on that. That Chanel Pearl Mini up close is not impressive at all. And there are a number of bags that just look like a child has vomited on them. I think there's whimsical, there is alternative, and then there's crafty, and you would not catch me paying €14,000 for that bag. And my final unpopular opinion, number 6, is price increases are justified. at the end of the day, if we are participating in the luxury market, then we've got to maintain an expectation that it's supposed to be unattainable. It's not supposed to be like going to the grocery store and picking out what you want and taking it, or going to a clothing store and picking out what you want and taking it home. It's not supposed to be like that. Luxury is aimed at being unattainable. It's something that you aspire to. It's not aimed at you and me, the everyday person, but we aspire to it, and we save and we indulge and we consume and we enjoy it. But the price increases, they're justified because they're just businesses who would respond to any market conditions as any other business would. And I think that we're going to see that continuing, and whinging about it and saying it's unfair and all of that. It's not going to change it. Yes, it might be disappointing that we've been saving up and there's another price increase and that just puts our goal further ahead. Yes, absolutely. But talking about them every time that they come in the context of whether they're fair or not, or justified, I don't think that makes any sense. And my good friend Connor did a great video on this. One video he's done on it that I really enjoy, and every time there's a price increase he just says, repeat, watch this. And recently Nick Snell, who's got a new YouTube channel, looked at it from the perspective of consumer behaviours and how the prices were justified based on the business, looking into consumer psychology and, the fact that we buy things that aren't worth it all the time. And there was a great example in his video, which I'll link down in the description box below as well, where he says if you took any Chanel bag, basically, he talked about a boy, but any Chanel bag, and you remove the gold foiling that said Chanel, and you remove the CC turn lock, and you replaced it as he said, then would you pay the same money for it? No. There are 5 factors that he refers to in his video. That's why you've got to go and watch it, and it all makes perfect sense. So that's where I'm going to stop. I'm going to take a breath. They're my 6 unpopular opinions about luxury and designer handbags. What are yours? What are your unpopular opinions? I want to know, because I want the goss, I want the dirt. And what do you think about mine? Are you a little rattled by them, or do you think they make sense? I really would like to continue this conversation in the comments down below. So if you're new here and you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you back. And if you've enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up as well. I put out videos on Wednesdays and Sundays, and sometimes extra ones as well. So I will see you in my next one. Bye.